The galaxy was wide, bright, and filled with wonders. But even among its countless mysteries, nothing prepared the explorers of the Kelnar Federation for what they found that day. Their silver research ship, the Visari Star, drifted silently toward a cold, forgotten world on the edge of a dim star. The planet had no name, only a number. Sector 9-1-F. It was a place that never drew interest before. It was frozen, empty, and far from any trade route, but the sensors did not lie. For days, the Visari Star had detected powerful energy readings rising from deep underground. These signals were old, older than any Federation records. They had a rhythm, a structure, a purpose. And that alone was enough to send a full research team. Captain Relin, a tall Kelnari with shimmering blue skin, watched the ice-covered surface through the ship's main window. His eyes narrowed as he studied the planet. "This world should not have any technology," he said softly. "No life, no settlements, no ruins." Yet the readings continue. Beside him stood senior researcher Tallery, a calm and intelligent scientist known for her careful analysis. She studied the data tablet in her hands. "The energy signatures are incredibly advanced," Tallery explained. "The frequency patterns, they are organized. This is not natural. Someone built something down there." Captain Relin nodded. "Prepare the descent. We will investigate." Within hours, a small landing craft cut through the thick atmosphere and settled on the icy surface. A team of 12 scientists and engineers stepped out, their boots sinking into soft layers of frozen dust. The planet was silent. No wind, no sound. Only the faint hum of the team's equipment. Tallery scanned the ice sheet with a handheld device. Suddenly, the screen flashed with bright red lines. "We found something," she announced. "There is a massive metallic structure 1 kilometer beneath us." "A structure?" an engineer asked. "What size?" Tallery adjusted the scanner. Her eyes widened. "Large," she whispered. "Very large, beneath the ice." The team worked for hours, setting up drilling machines, melting away layers of ice. Slowly, a gleaming metallic curve began to appear. It reflected their lights like a mirror, smooth and flawless. Captain Relin touched the surface gently. "This metal, I've never seen anything like it." "No corrosion," Tallery added. "No damage. It looks new." Even after thousands of years, after clearing more ice, they realized the truth. The curve was the hull of a colossal vessel. A warship. The shape was unmistakable. They stood in silence, staring at the impossible discovery. The Kelnar Federation had existed for 60,000 years. Their history was long and rich. Yet this warship seemed even older. Tallery stepped back, feeling a strange shiver of awe. Whoever built this, they were far more advanced than any known civilization. Captain Relin signaled his team. "We continue. There is more below." The scanners soon revealed that this was not just one ship, it was an entire fleet. 5 massive warships, each the size of a small city, buried perfectly beneath the planet's crust, as if placed intentionally, waiting for someone to find them. Tallery's voice trembled with excitement. This discovery could change everything we know about galactic history. But while the alien team celebrated their find, they did not know that they were not alone. Far above the planet, hidden in a quiet orbit, a small human research vessel named Silent Horizon watched every movement with sharp focus. The Human Observation Ship. Inside the Silent Horizon, Commander Ava Wren stood by the control screens. She was a calm and thoughtful officer, with a sharp mind and a quiet confidence. Her team had been tracking the same energy signals long before the Kelnar arrived. But unlike the aliens, humans had clues. Ava turned toward her science officer, Dr. Lena Harrow. "They found the first ship," Lena nodded. "Yes, and more will follow. But this is bad for us. We planned to approach quietly, collect data, and leave before anyone noticed." "But they noticed," Ava replied. The doctor sighed. "We can't hide this now. The Kelnar Federation is involved, and soon other species will join. The galaxy will know. Ava folded her arms. Her expression grew serious. They are scanning the ships. If they access the core data, they will learn the truth. The Silent Horizon crew exchanged uneasy glances. They knew what the truth meant. Something humans had kept hidden for generations. A secret buried deep in human history, long before Earth had nations, technology, or even recorded memory. Ava tapped the console. Send a coded message to Earth Command. They need to know the situation. Lena looked at the display of the gigantic warship under the ice. Commander, what do you think the Kelnar will do when they learn these ships are human? Ava sighed. They won't believe it. These ships predate their oldest civilizations. Even humans don't fully understand how old they are. That's why we must control the information. For a moment, the room fell silent, filled only with the steady hum of the ship. Ava finally spoke again. If those ships activate, the galaxy will panic. The first entry. Down on the planet, the Kelnar scientists managed to open a small passage through the hull. Inside, the air was clean, breathable, and untouched for what felt like eternity. The interior was vast, with smooth silver walls and glowing lines running along the floors. The lights activated automatically as they entered, as if the ship recognized visitors. Teleri stepped inside, her scanner beeping softly. This technology responds to motion and energy presence, she whispered. It is incredibly advanced. Her team walked through a long corridor until they reached a chamber filled with transparent pillars, data storage units. Teleri approached one and tapped it lightly. The pillar lit up instantly. Symbols and patterns floated in the air. Captain Rellan stared in amazement. Is it a language? Possibly, Teleri replied. But it seems strangely organized, almost familiar. Familiar? How? Teleri hesitated. I am not certain, but some parts resemble human script. The whole team froze. Captain Rellan frowned. Humans? That is impossible. Their species is far too young, Teleri nodded. Humans are a recent spacefaring race. Their oldest recorded history is very short compared to ours. They could not have built this. Anwan, the captain agreed. Then why does the data look similar? Teleri looked deep into the glowing symbols. Her heart beat faster. Maybe we are not looking at a simple language. Maybe we are looking at something older. Something that influenced younger civilizations. Are you suggesting humans inherited their writing style from an ancient race? I don't know, Teleri admitted. But we cannot rule out anything. Unknown to them, a small surveillance drone silently watched from a shadowed corner, sent by the human ship Silent Horizon. Every word was recorded. Hidden fears. Back aboard the human vessel, the crew watched the footage with concern. Lena rubbed her forehead. They're noticing the similarities. This is going to move faster than we expected. Commander Ava paced slowly. Their scientists are smart. They will connect the dots soon. We need to delay them. How? Lena asked. We cannot interfere directly. That could cause conflict. Ava stared at the frozen world on the screen. Then we interfere quietly. She tapped a command console. Prepare remote systems. We will gently mislead their scans, just enough to keep them from reaching the main data chamber. Lena raised an eyebrow. Will that work? It has to. The suspicious readings. Back underground, Teleri frowned at her scanner. This is strange. The deeper we scan, the fuzzier the readings become. An engineer checked his own device. Mine too. It's like something is blocking us. Sabotage? Captain Rellan asked. No physical interference, Teleri replied. It feels more like a signal distortion. Someone doesn't want us to scan the ship, the captain said. The team exchanged uneasy looks. Should we report this to the Federation? Someone asked. Captain Rellan considered it. Not yet. We need more information. Keep scanning, but deeper inside the ship, beyond the areas the aliens could reach, a dormant system detected their presence. A quiet voice, synthetic yet calm, echoed throughout the ship's core. Human pattern detected. It was a recognition protocol, awaiting activation orders. The ship had identified something in the aliens' movements, or in the general life signature around them. But it did not wake fully. Not yet. A past unknown. In the silent horizon, Dr. Lena pulled up archived human records. These warships. They were built long before humans settled on Earth, she explained. Long before our species forgot its origins. Commander Ava nodded. Humanity was once far more advanced. But something happened. A collapse. A reset. And our ancestors lost everything. Lena sighed. We barely rediscovered space travel a few centuries ago. We're climbing back toward what we once were. Ava looked at the planet again. And now the galaxy will know the truth. Humans had warships before most civilizations even existed. The growing tension. On the surface, the Kelnar team uncovered more details. One ship was so large that even after hours of drilling, they had not reached the bridge. Another ship had strange markings along its wings, marks that looked like blades, giving it a fearsome appearance. The alien team grew both excited and nervous. Tollery approached Captain Rellan. Sir, if these ships activate, we have no idea what they will do. Rellan nodded. We must proceed with caution. But we cannot abandon our work. Just then, a communication alert buzzed through their devices. The orbiting Kelnar support fleet sent a report. More ships are arriving in the region, Rellan read. Other species have detected our signals. They are coming to investigate. Tollery looked worried. This will become a political storm, Rellan agreed. Then we must move faster. Two sides preparing. Humans knew the situation was growing unstable. Ava gathered her team. If more alien factions arrive, we will lose control completely. We need a plan. What kind of plan? Lena asked. Ava looked at the glowing image of the ancient warships. We need to make sure the ships do not activate while the aliens are inside. We must also protect the secret until Earth Command decides what to do. Her voice turned firm. We are not here to start fear. We are here to protect history. The final discovery of Part 1. Inside the first warship, Tollery's team reached another chamber. It was vast, circular, and lined with ancient consoles. In the center stood a tall, metallic pillar. Tollery approached it carefully. I believe this is the control core. Captain Rellan walked beside her. Can you access it? Tollery placed her hand on the surface. The pillar lit up instantly. Lines of light shot across the chamber. The walls brightened. Symbols glowed in the air. Then came a soft sound, a heartbeat-like pulse. Captain Rellan stepped back. What is happening? Tollery whispered. I think we woke something up. The chamber's lights shifted from blue to white. A voice, gentle, calm, and unmistakably artificial, spoke in an ancient human language. The aliens did not understand the words, but the silent horizon did. Ava's screen translated the message instantly. Human presence detected. Systems preparing for primary awakening. Ava felt cold. They touched the activation core, she whispered. The ship is waking up. Lena looked terrified. Commander, what do we do now? Ava stared at the planet with determination. We go down there. The planet's icy surface glimmered under the faint light of the distant star. But beneath the frozen crust, the real light came from the ancient warships slowly waking. Deep inside the largest vessel, the chamber that had pulsed with a heartbeat-like rhythm continued to hum, and the energy flowing through the hull seemed alive. It was as if the ship itself were breathing. On the surface, the Kelnar Federation team had stepped back after witnessing the ship's lights flicker and pulse. Captain Rellan's antennae twitched with confusion and awe. He had seen advanced technology before, but nothing like this. The ships were massive, perfectly built, and their energy output far exceeded any known power system in the galaxy. This is beyond anything we imagined, he murmured. The power readings alone could supply an entire planet. Tollery, her sensors still scanning the chamber remotely, shook her head. I've never seen technology that adapts to life presence, she said. It reacts, almost like it recognizes the humans nearby. The Kelnar team had no idea how right they were. Far above the planet, the silent horizon observed quietly, recording every move and sound. Commander Ava Wren stood at the observation console, her calm face betraying a hint of tension. "They touched the activation core," she said softly. "The ship has begun its primary systems. We need to guide them, without letting them understand too much." Dr. Lena Harrow frowned. "Guide them? Commander, they are already inside. What if they do something irreversible?" Ava's gaze didn't leave the screen. "Then we make sure it doesn't happen. The last thing the galaxy needs is an interstellar panic, because someone accidentally activates a warship from tens of thousands of years ago." First contact with technology. Inside the ship, the chamber was alive with light and sound. Panels on the walls lit up with symbols. Some strange, some familiar. The Kelnar scientists cautiously advanced, their footsteps echoing across the smooth metallic floor. Every movement they made caused the lights to shift and the hum to intensify. Teleri raised her scanner. "The ship is analyzing us," she whispered. "It's collecting data on our species, our life forms, even our intentions." Captain Relin frowned. "Why would it do that? This is a warship, built for destruction. Why collect information?" I, the engineer, a small Kelnari named Vex, pointed at a glowing pillar in the center. "Perhaps it is designed to identify friend from foe," he suggested. "Or to choose its commander." Relin's antennae twitched with unease. "Then whose commands would it follow? Not us. We are not the creators. Outside, the humans were monitoring every movement." Ava leaned over her console, fingers flying across the controls. "We need to subtly redirect their scans," she murmured. "If they access the ship's primary database, they will learn things they are not ready for." Lena looked over her shoulder. "Commander, how do you plan to do that without interfering directly?" 3. Ava's lips pressed together. "We will simulate environmental anomalies, create small energy disturbances in the ship's sensors, just enough to confuse them, to guide them away from the core systems, the ancient secrets." Meanwhile, deeper in the hull, the Kelnar team discovered the first operational systems. The ship's interior was vast, far beyond what the exterior suggested. Corridors stretched endlessly, lined with panels that seemed almost alive. Energy flowed like liquid light along the walls, adjusting its brightness to the team's presence. Teleri stopped in front of a console. Symbols shifted under her gaze. These are instructions," she said. I think this ship can be operated from here." Relin frowned. "Operated? By us? No. That's impossible. We do not have the knowledge to control it. But the console, it's trying to communicate," Teleri insisted. "It's adaptive. Perhaps it can teach us." Vex, the engineer, looked uneasy. "We cannot risk it. This is an ancient warship, built for combat. One wrong move, and it could destroy this planet." Teleri nodded. "I know. But the technology is almost human. The energy patterns, the symbols, there is a familiarity here that I cannot explain." Above them, the silent horizon monitored everything. Ava frowned. "They are getting too close," she said. "We need to intervene." She activated a small field of electromagnetic interference. The lights in the chamber flickered slightly. The Kelnar team looked around, confused. "What was that?" Relin asked. "Some kind of interference," Teleri replied. "It doesn't seem dangerous." Yet, Ava's voice echoed softly through the comm system, disguised by static. "It's a minor anomaly. Continue scanning, but avoid the core systems." The Kelnar team paused, sensing a subtle force guiding them away from the ship's central core. They had no idea a human intelligence was quietly shaping their exploration. Flashbacks of ancient humans. Meanwhile, Ava allowed herself a moment to reflect. She pulled up the archived records of humanity's forgotten past. Long ago, humans had reached for the stars. Ancient humans had explored, learned, and built warships capable of traveling through space. They were explorers, protectors, and scientists. They had fought threats to their species long before Earth had nations, cities, or recorded history. And then, for reasons long forgotten, they vanished. The knowledge was lost. Only fragments remained: stories, artifacts, and hidden records. Humanity had started over, slowly building their civilization from scratch. Now, those ancient ships had been waiting for the right humans to appear again. They were not weapons for conquest, Ava whispered to Lena. They were built to protect, to explore, and to ensure survival. But the galaxy will never see it that way, unless we control how this story unfolds. Lena nodded. So we hide the truth. At least for now. Yes, Ava said. We hide it, and we guide the Kelnar away from discovering it too soon. A growing alien suspicion. Despite the subtle interference, the Kelnar scientists began noticing strange anomalies. Their scanners showed inconsistent energy patterns. Symbols would shift or disappear. Data they had recorded would not match reality. Tallery frowned. Something is interfering with the ship's systems. But it is subtle. Someone is deliberately guiding our scans. Reeland's antennae twitched. Could it be sabotage? Or perhaps the ship itself? Oh, Tallery shook her head. No. The ship responds to life forms. Yes. But this is external interference. Someone is watching us. Reeland's eyes narrowed. Then we must be cautious. There may be others who do not want us here. But what they did not know was that those others were humans. Humans who had long kept this secret hidden from the galaxy, waiting for the right time to reveal themselves. The activation protocol. Deep inside the largest ship, the energy pulsing through the walls began to grow stronger. The core systems, sensing life signatures, began running a dormant activation protocol. A soft hum became louder, almost like a song. Lights along the corridors shifted to patterns that resembled constellations. The ship's AI, millennia old, but still active, began calculating trajectories, energy flow, and possible commands. Then, a screen flickered to life, displaying a humanoid figure. Not alive, but a holographic interface of the ship itself. It spoke in a human-like voice, though the words were unknown to the Kelnar. Tallery approached it cautiously. What is this? Is it a hologram? Reeland stepped back. It is not responding to us properly. It seems selective. The silent horizon translated the words instantly. Ava stiffened. Human pattern detected. Awaiting command authorization. Activation possible only by designated species. She whispered. They are recognized. The ship knows us. It knows humans. Lena's eyes widened. So, the aliens cannot operate it fully? Exactly, Ava said. The ship will not respond to them. Only to humans. That is why subtle guidance is working. We have control for now. The dilemma. The Kelnar were both curious and cautious. They had never encountered technology that seemed alive, adaptive, or selective. Tallery's team debated whether to continue deeper exploration. Captain, Tallery said, we can continue. But the ship itself seems to resist our attempts. It is guiding us. Perhaps it knows something we do not. Reeland thought for a moment. Then we proceed carefully. We cannot abandon this discovery. But we must respect the systems here. Above, Ava watched closely. Good, she murmured. We are keeping them safe. And the secret intact, but we cannot wait too long. Others may arrive soon. If other species detect these ships, the situation will escalate beyond control. Lena nodded. Commander, should we prepare for them to activate a ship fully? Ava's eyes hardened. If that happens, we will have no choice but to intervene. But for now, we wait. And we guide. The hidden legacy. As the day ended on the icy planet, the first warship remained partially dormant, yet alive. Its systems pulsed with energy. The Kelnar scientists continued their cautious exploration, unaware that the ship would recognize them but would never fully obey them. Ava stood at her console, staring at the glowing hull. "These ships are our past," she said softly. "And if we do this right, they will become our future too." The human crew worked silently, ensuring the Kelnar did not discover the full extent of the secret. The galaxy had not yet seen the true power and ingenuity of humans, ancient humans who had built warships predating civilizations, and soon, the moment would come when the secret could no longer be hidden. For now, though, humanity remained in the shadows, guiding the explorers, protecting the legacy, and preparing for the moment when the galaxy would finally see what humans were capable of. The icy planet remained quiet under the distant star, but deep beneath its surface, the heart of the ancient human warship stirred. Energy surged through the corridors, lights flickering in intricate patterns that resembled constellations. The pulse of the ship had become steady, almost like a heartbeat, strong, alive, and alert. Captain Rellan and the Kelnar exploration team had reached a central chamber, one larger than anything they had ever seen. Metallic walls curved in perfect arcs, smooth and gleaming, yet lined with mysterious symbols that seemed to shift slightly as they observed them. The Kelnar scientists were awed but uneasy. Tallery's sensors beeped rapidly. "Captain, I don't understand. The energy signatures are fluctuating on their own. The systems seem alive. They are responding to us, but not fully." Reeland's antennae twitched in confusion. "It is a warship, built for combat. Why would it behave like this?" Tallery hesitated. "I think the ship is not responding to us because it recognizes humans. That is the only explanation. Its protocols are selective. Unseen by the aliens, a small human surveillance drone hovered nearby, sending real-time data back to the silent horizon. Commander Ava Wren watched every movement, her calm exterior hiding the tension she felt. "They are getting too close to the core systems," Ava whispered. "If they access the main console, they might trigger something we cannot control." Dr. Lena Harrow leaned over her console. "Commander, we need to act. How long can we keep them guided?" Ava's eyes narrowed. "We buy time. That is all we can do. But soon, we may have to show ourselves." The awakening protocol. Deep inside the warship, the main control chamber began a sequence that had been dormant for millennia. Lights shifted from blue to white, and the symbols along the walls brightened. Energy flowed like liquid light along the floors and walls, converging into a central pedestal. The holographic interface of the ship activated fully, projecting a humanoid figure. Its voice was calm, smooth, and filled with authority. Though the words were unknown to the Kelnar, Tallery approached cautiously. It is speaking, but we cannot understand the language." Reeland gestured for the team to stay back. "Do not touch anything. We do not know what it can do." From orbit, Ava's translation system decoded the message instantly. "Human presence detected. Primary activation available. Awaiting command authorization." Ava's fingers flew across the console. "They are recognized. The ship identifies humans. It will not obey the aliens." Lena gasped. "So, the Kelnar cannot control it?" "Exactly," Ava said. "Only humans can activate this vessel, and we must decide when and how to do it." Tension on the surface. The Kelnar scientists, unaware of the human presence nearby, felt a strange pull guiding their exploration. Energy fields subtly shifted to lead them away from sensitive areas. Lights dimmed or brightened. Corridors seemed longer or shorter depending on where they walked. Tallery paused. "Captain, it's as if the ship is guiding us, but it is not hostile." Reeland frowned. "Then why are we being redirected?" "Something or someone is interfering." Vex, the engineer, shook his head. "We should report this to the Federation. There may be others here. This is no longer a simple research mission." Raylan's antennae twitched in thought. "Agreed. But we must not panic. Continue carefully." Above them, Ava observed every movement. "Good. They are still unaware. But this cannot last forever. If they trigger anything accidentally, we risk revealing humanity's secret too soon. Activation of the first warship. In orbit, the silent horizon moved closer to the planet. Ava made a decision. It is time. We will activate one ship. Not fully armed, just enough to demonstrate control and ensure no accidents. Lena looked nervous. Commander, are we ready? This could alert the Kelnar immediately. Ava nodded. We need them to see us, not as conquerors, but as the rightful controllers of this technology. Humanity must show its capability. Carefully, Ava initiated a connection with the largest warship, sending a subtle, encoded human life signature into the ship's core. The holographic interface shifted its attention. Lights converging around a single, central console. Energy flowed outward like ripples in water, and the warship slowly lifted slightly off its supports, responding to the human presence. On the surface, the Kelnar felt the ground tremble. Lights flickered across the chamber, and the hum of the ship grew louder. Talari's scanner went wild. What is happening? She asked, fear and awe in her voice. Reeland's antennae twitched. The vessel is responding, but not to us. Suddenly, a massive hatch opened, revealing the interior of the warship to the sky above. A thin layer of frost fell away as the ship lifted slightly, as if testing its movement. The Kelnar team froze, realizing that whatever they had discovered was alive in ways they could not understand. The human presence revealed. With a careful sequence, Ava transmitted a visible holographic signal above the warship. The Kelnar looked up in astonishment. A human figure, glowing faintly with energy, appeared above the ship. Humans? Talari whispered. Are they controlling it? Ava's voice echoed through the ship's system, translated by the warship itself. I am Commander Ava Wren of Earth. These vessels are of human origin. They recognize us. They will not obey others. Reeland stepped back, antennae raised in alarm. Impossible. Humans cannot be that old. Our history says they are a young species. Ava's hologram smiled faintly. The humans you know today are young. But our ancestors built these ships long before your civilizations existed. These vessels are our legacy, and they awaken only for us. The Kelnar scientists could hardly believe what they were hearing. The ship, the symbols, the energy patterns, it all made sense in a way they had never imagined. Humans were not weak, primitive, or insignificant. They were brilliant, even in the past, calming the tension. Despite their awe, some Kelnar were tense. Commander Ava, Talari said cautiously. Why reveal yourselves? You could remain hidden. Ava's hologram remained calm. Because the ship is waking. Its energy is detectable across the system. Others may come. If we do not show control, accidents will happen. This is not a demonstration of conquest. It is a demonstration of responsibility. Reeland's antennae twitched. And if your ship attacks us? Ava shook her head. It will not. These ships are not designed for conquest. They are designed for protection and survival. They respond to humans only. You are safe as long as you respect the systems. Talari glanced at the energy panels. This technology, it is beyond anything we could invent. It responds, adapts, and protects. It recognizes life forms and intentions. Perhaps your ancestors were not just advanced, they were extraordinary. Ava's eyes glimmered. Yes, humans were extraordinary. And we still are. But now, we must ensure the galaxy knows our potential responsibly. First flight of the ancient warship. With careful coordination, Ava guided the ancient warship out of the ice chamber. Slowly, it lifted from the surface, revealing its full size. The Kelnar scientists gasped. Its wings extended, energy arcs shimmered along its hull, and the metallic surface gleamed like a star in the dim light. This is impossible, Relan whispered. Such technology, such power. Ava's voice came through the warship's system. "You are witnessing humanity's past. But do not fear us. We are not here to conquer. We are here to protect and to explore, as our ancestors intended." The warship moved in perfect formation with the silent horizon, its engines glowing faintly. The ice beneath it cracked slightly, but no damage occurred. It was alive, but controlled. Intelligent, powerful. Tallery's sensors showed energy readings far beyond any Kelnar vessel. If the rest of the galaxy sees this, they will never underestimate humans again, Ava nodded. That is why we move carefully. We show capability, not aggression. Humanity has always been brilliant, but the galaxy must learn respect before fear. Building trust. Over the next hours, Ava guided the warship and its holographic interface to communicate with the Kelnar team. The ship displayed star maps, historical data, and simulations of human technology. The aliens could see, in visual form, the genius of ancient humans, the designs, the energy systems, the strategic brilliance. Reelan approached Ava's hologram cautiously. We underestimated your species," he admitted. "I thought humans were weak, primitive. Now, I see you are extraordinary." Ava smiled softly. "Humanity has always been underestimated. That is why we hide our past. But now, we must prepare the galaxy for what we truly are," Tallery whispered. I never imagined humans could achieve this. Even the legends of your civilization could not compare." "Legends are often true," Ava replied. "Sometimes the truth is hidden, waiting for the right moment to awaken." The Kelnar team, awed and humbled, realized that humans were not just young, fragile beings. They were brilliant, strategic, and capable of technology far beyond any other species. A new beginning. As the first warship stabilized above the planet, Ava looked at her crew. "This is only the beginning," she said. "Other ships remain. Other secrets remain. And soon, the galaxy will see humanity as we have always been. Creators, protectors, and survivors." Lena glanced at the warship. "Do you think they will accept us?" "They will," Ava replied. "But it must be gradual. Knowledge like this can inspire, or it can terrify. We show skill first, intent second, and history last." The warship hovered, its systems alive. Energy flowing like veins of light through the metal. Humans had awakened the past. And in doing so, they had changed the galaxy's perception forever. The ice planet, once quiet and forgotten, now held a symbol of human brilliance, proof that humanity had not only survived, but had once reached heights the galaxy had never seen. The moment had come. Humans had shown what they had hidden, and soon, no civilization could ignore them again. The ice planet lay quiet beneath the dim star, but above it, the first ancient human warship hovered. Alive with energy. The vessel pulsed softly, as if breathing, its lights reflecting across the frozen surface. The silent horizon followed closely, its small size dwarfed by the massive ship that had once belonged to a long-forgotten human civilization. Commander Ava Wren stood on the bridge of her ship, eyes fixed on the warship. Around her, the human crew worked quietly, monitoring every system and every movement of the Kelnar Federation explorers who remained in the planet's underground chambers. "They are watching closely," said Dr. Lena Harrow. "Do you think they understand what they are seeing?" Ava shook her head. "They understand enough to know they are witnessing something extraordinary, but they do not yet grasp the full story." Lena frowned. "Will they accept it? Humans? We have always been underestimated." Ava's eyes softened. "Yes, they will. When they see skill, intelligence, and responsibility, respect follows. Fear may come first, but respect will remain." The diplomacy of power. Below the hovering warship, the Kelnar scientists gathered, still inside the largest chamber of the buried fleet. Captain Relland's antennae twitched nervously. The energy from the ship above was powerful, but it was controlled, precise, and purposeful. Teleri studied the readings. Their control is perfect. The ship responds only to humans. It will not harm us, but it is beyond anything we have ever imagined. Relan nodded slowly. This changes everything. Humans, they are not a young species. They are capable, intelligent, and extraordinary. Vex, the engineer, whispered. I never thought a species we considered primitive could have built such machines. Their ancestors, they were brilliant. Teleri's voice trembled slightly. Not just brilliant, strategic, adaptive. Their technology, it is alive. It reacts, it protects, and it recognizes life forms. We underestimated them. We misjudged them. Meanwhile, Ava's holographic projection floated above the Kelnar scientists. Calm, authoritative, and luminous, she addressed them directly. I am Commander Ava Wren of Earth, she said. These vessels are human in origin. They predate your civilizations. They were built by humans who came before recorded history. They are not designed for conquest, but for protection, exploration, and survival. Relan's antennae twitched with disbelief. Your species is capable of this? But history, records say otherwise. Ava smiled faintly. Humanity has always been underestimated. Our recorded history is short, because much was lost in time. But our potential, our ingenuity, is as old as the stars themselves. The first lessons. Over the next few hours, Ava allowed the Kelnar team to witness the warship's capabilities. Energy flows lit up corridors. Artificial intelligence projected simulations of interstellar navigation, and holographic displays revealed tactical systems built with precision, logic, and efficiency beyond anything the Kelnar had known. Teleri's sensors showed energy pulses adapting to human commands. The warship moved gracefully, its enormous size not slowing it, and its engines glowed faintly, producing more power than an entire city. This is remarkable, Teleri whispered. The technology alone, it is genius. Every system is designed to maximize efficiency, safety, and adaptability. Our civilization could not invent this in 1,000 generations. Ava nodded. Our ancestors designed these ships to survive and to protect, not to dominate. That is why they respond only to humans. They recognize intent, intelligence, and responsibility. Vex stepped closer. It is alive. I feel it. It knows. It understands. This is not just machinery. This is human brilliance made real, the human demonstration. Ava decided it was time to show the Kelnar a controlled demonstration of the warship's power. The ship lifted fully above the ice, engines glowing, energy arcs spreading across its hull. Then, with careful precision, it projected a field that lifted several large ice boulders from the planet's surface, demonstrating strength and control without causing harm. Relan's antennae twitched in amazement. It can manipulate matter. It is precise, controlled. Humans, you are masters of your craft. Ava's holographic projection addressed the scientists. This technology is not a threat to you. It is a symbol of human potential. We are capable, yes, but we use our strength responsibly. Our legacy is not war. It is survival, knowledge, and advancement. Teleri paused, then asked softly, Commander, why reveal this to us? You could remain hidden, unknown. Ava's gaze was steady, because the ship cannot remain hidden forever. The energy signatures are detectable across the system. If others arrive without guidance, accidents may happen. Humanity must show its control, capability, and intent before the galaxy misunderstands us. A growing understanding. The Kelnar began to grasp the magnitude of the revelation. Humans were not a fragile, young species. They had ancestors who had reached incredible heights, building ships that could outclass entire fleets of other civilizations. Raylan's voice was quiet, almost reverent. We misjudged your species. We assumed humans were weak, primitive. But you are extraordinary. Ava nodded. Yes, we are capable, intelligent, and responsible. But we have always hidden this for the right reason. Now, it is time for the galaxy to see humanity as we truly are. Talari's expression softened. Your ancestors, they were brilliant. And now, even in this new age, your species continues that legacy. Ava smiled faintly. We continue it. And we will protect it. Humanity has always reached for the stars. Our ancestors, our present, and our future together. We ensure our survival and growth. Opening the full fleet. With careful guidance, Ava activated the remaining buried warships, one by one. Slowly, the colossal fleet emerged from the ice. Massive hulls gleamed under the faint starlight, energy arcs shimmering across every surface. The Kelnar scientists could not believe their eyes. 5 colossal vessels, far larger than any city, moved in perfect formation. Each ship responded to human commands alone. The Kelnar, observing from the surface chambers, were awed into silence. This is impossible, Vex whispered. Such scale, such precision. Humans did this? Talari shook her head. Not only humans, ancient humans. And now, their descendants continue the work. This is beyond comprehension. Ava's voice echoed through the system. These ships are a symbol, not of war, but of human potential. They demonstrate intelligence, adaptability, and responsibility. The galaxy must learn to see humans as capable allies, not mere younglings. A message across the stars. Using the fleet's energy systems, Ava sent a controlled signal across nearby systems, a demonstration of human technological mastery. The signal contained star maps, knowledge fragments, and a holographic message. Humans have always existed, always advanced, always capable. We seek peace, understanding, and cooperation. But we are also prepared. Respect our history, and learn from it. Humanity's legacy is alive. Within hours, messages from other species began to arrive. Curious and cautious. The Kelnar Federation's report described humans in awe, finally recognizing a species that had been underestimated for far too long. The lesson of legacy. In the quiet of the silent horizon, Ava addressed her crew. This is what we have waited for. The galaxy must see humanity as it is, capable, intelligent, and responsible. Our ancestors built these ships to survive, to protect, and to explore. That is our legacy, and we will carry it forward. Dr. Lena Harrow nodded. We have done it responsibly. No one is harmed, and yet, they see what we are capable of. Ava's eyes reflected the glowing fleet. Exactly. Power without wisdom is dangerous. But power with responsibility, that inspires respect. And that is how humanity will move forward among the stars. The future begins. As the ancient human fleet hovered above the ice planet, the silent horizon guided the Kelnar scientists to safer zones. The humans shared controlled knowledge, star maps, technological insights, and historical records of ancient human civilizations. Relin and Talari realized they had witnessed something extraordinary. Their perception of humans had been forever changed. We were wrong, Talari whispered. Humans are extraordinary. Beyond what we imagined, Relin nodded slowly. And now, they are our equals, perhaps even our teachers. Ava watched the fleet, proud and determined. Humanity had revealed itself not as conquerors, but as guardians, explorers, and protectors. The galaxy would now understand that humans were capable of greatness. The ancient warships, silent for millennia, had awakened. Humanity's past had returned to the present. And the future of the species, intelligent, responsible, and extraordinary, was ready to shape the stars. Epilogue. Humanity among the stars. The ice planet, once quiet and forgotten, now held a symbol of human brilliance. The warships, colossal and alive, were proof that humans had always been capable of extraordinary achievements. The galaxy had seen their potential, their responsibility, and their ingenuity. For the Kelnar Federation, and for every civilization watching from afar, the revelation was clear. Humans were not weak, young, or unimportant. They were creators, explorers, and survivors, species capable of shaping the galaxy itself. Commander Ava Wren stood on the bridge of the silent horizon, her eyes on the fleet. "This is only the beginning," she said softly. "The galaxy will remember. Humanity has shown what it has hidden. And now, we will rise." Above the frozen surface, the ancient warships pulsed with life, energy, and purpose. Humanity's past had awakened, and with it, the future of the species among the stars had begun. The moment had come. The galaxy would never underestimate humans again.